Straight ahead on the Valley today, a family is saying goodbye to a young stabbing victim and getting ready to have her live on through organ donation. Plus, an elite Fargo swimmer hits the water at the Olympic trials and makes it one step closer to the Tokyo Games.
And it happened live during Valley News Live's severe weather coverage. We're giving you a look at a huge wedge tornado that touched down just south of Jamestown. But first, we start with breaking news this morning. Water is flooding a usually busy Fargo road following a water main break. Take a look. It happened around 4 this morning in the 1400 block of Main Avenue.
That's just outside the O'Doyle cab office. No word this morning on how the water line ruptured or when it could be fixed.
People in parts of the valley, they're adding up damage from storms overnight that brought some welcome rain, but also some major trouble.
Yes, our first alert storm chaser captured some videos of a tornado on the ground in south central North Dakota. Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson was actually live on the air when the twister hit right around 9 last night north of Edgeley in Lemoore County. Storm chaser Eric Whitehill was rolling live as the tornado crossed Highway 281 just a few miles in front of him.
That area south of Jamestown appears to be one of the worst hit, not only from the high winds, but also by the rain. There are unconfirmed reports of 5 to 7 inches of rain south of Jamestown. That likely caused some flooding in that area. And the FM area and parts of the valley, they're waking up to widespread power outages that happened from that overnight storm.
Repair crews from XL Energy, Cass County Electric, and Moorhead Public Service, among others, have been out all night trying to bring thousands of people back online. The city of Moorhead was hit hard, and that's where we find the Valley Today's Brian Sherrod. Good morning, Brian.
And good morning, Jordan and Lisa. We've been driving across Moorhead all morning long just to show you with places that did have power and did not have power. This is actually our first stomping ground, which is the 900 block of 18th Street South, because they didn't have power at all for most of the morning. But some good news, as we came on scene, Moorhead Public Service was able to restore that power about 30 minutes ago. So now they just got the power back, and that's good news as well. You know, as we traveled to other streets like 14th Street and even 9th Street, they were also without power. They're back with power as well. Not everyone has power, but this is just from what viewers told us, and we decided to drive across the area to let you know the hard-hit area. So that's the good news. The bad news was the Moorhead Public Service did have their substation hit by lightning, so that was what causing the problem of them being so behind, because they didn't have an ETA for getting everyone's power back up, because they said that the damage was worse than they thought. So that caused that big power outage this morning and caused them to be behind as well. You know, just saying that Moorhead crews again are still working, but we want to give you a number, 218-477-8080. Call that number if you are still without power, and they can go and get that power restored back for you. They need to be able to know where the power outages are so they can go back and help you. Again, let us know as well, because we could definitely use that information to let other people know that the power is out. But again, just driving across and showing you and telling you that the power is back up, but in a lot of areas it's not back up. And we'll go ahead and toss it back to you, Jordan and Lisa, in the studio.
Although we can tell they have added a few houses since we went on air at 4:30 this morning to now. They are doing a lot of work, and we're seeing some improvements. So that's good news.
They say it could take a while, though. Again, Brian Sherrod reporting live. Thank you this morning.
Let's get a check now of our first alert storm team forecast. Some people are still seeing some rain even yet this morning.
That's right. It's been a busy night and a busy morning as well. And we showed you a few minutes ago the video from our storm chaser Eric Whitehill of that tornado. This is potentially the same system. This is an unconfirmed tornado because we can't see the ground to see if it actually made contact. But that was near Enderlin, North Dakota, around 9:30 last night. But check this out this morning. Some very large hail in Fort Ransom. Chelsea Jones sent this one in, and that hailstone fits in the palm of that boy's hand. Some very large hail. And we're still seeing some severe thunderstorm warnings continuing at this hour. Lemoore and Stutsman County under that severe thunderstorm warning until 7 o'clock. And this in here, Lemoore County, until 7:15. This has been for the continued threat of large hail. These storms have been pulsating with weaker and stronger hail cores. So these warnings are still on them for hail between 1 inch and 2 inches from time to time. And radar again has been estimating this rainfall between 5 and 7 inches from south of Jamestown out towards Litchville. So an aerial flood advisory is out for those areas. Temperatures across the region waking up on your Tuesday morning. Some rain in Fargo, 72 degrees, 64 in Grand Forks and Thief River Falls, 66 Bemidji, 70 in Fergus Falls, and 61 in Devils Lake at this hour. And be prepared for another hot day as you're stepping out the door. Temperatures up into the mid and upper 90s for some of us. Now, looking through your hour-by-hour forecast, these thunderstorms will eventually weaken and push off to the east, bringing us a partly to mostly cloudy afternoon. By later on this evening, we could see some isolated stronger to severe thunderstorms popping up to the north of the Devils Lake Basin, and a few of those thunder showers could continue through the overnight period and into the early morning hours of Wednesday. But for this afternoon, I'm expecting the hottest conditions to be across the southern Red River Valley with those mid and upper 90s, some lower to mid 80s across the northern valley. But be prepared for the heat index values, the feels like temperature, to be in the triple digits, not just today, but tomorrow and Thursday as well. Now in your 7-day forecast, warmer again for Wednesday, 96 degrees in Fargo, more sunshine by Thursday, 94 degrees, but then a cold front starts to sweep through by Friday. Temperatures cooler in the 80s, but that cold front could spark some strong and severe thunderstorms. It's something we're going to be keeping a very close eye on over the next couple of days. And then temperatures remain in the 80s throughout next weekend, and conditions finally looking a little quieter.
Okay, so be careful if you're out in your yard cleaning up maybe some of the branches and things that were blown down last night. It's going to be so hot. It's going to be very hard to work on it today. Thank you, Summer. We have breaking news right now. Fire crews are working on a structure fire in Detroit Lakes. The DL Fire Department confirmed with us on a phone call this morning that the fire came in right around 3:30 this morning.
A few other details are available now as crews are still on the scene of that fire right now, so stay with us here at Valley News Live as we try to get more information.
The father of a Fargo stabbing victim says the family has decided to preserve her organs for donation in hopes of saving some lives. 14-year-old Jupiter Paulson was attacked early Friday morning in a strip mall parking lot just off of 13th Avenue in Fargo. Her dad tells us she was strangled and stabbed 24 times and is not expected to recover.
Meanwhile, bail has been set at $1 million cash only for the man accused in that assault. 23-year-old Arthur Coley is charged with attempted murder, robbery, and aggravated assault. Authorities say Coley told them he doesn't remember the incident and that he used meth that morning. Coley is on probation for another assault back in April 2017, this one on a correctional officer in Mandan. Court documents say Coley hit the officer in the face at a youth correctional center multiple times and was later convicted of assault of an officer and disorderly conduct. Coley was also charged after firing a gun inside his Fargo apartment in December of 2020.
Documents in that case say Fargo police responded to the 4400 block of 9th Avenue Circle South for a single gunshot, after neighbors said they also heard yelling and doors slamming. When police arrived, they say Coley acted dazed or intoxicated and actually told the officers that the loud noise was him hitting his head. Police later found a rifle, pistol, and ammunition in Coley's unit, as well as 2 spent shell casings under his deck.
Records show that Coley has also been arrested and convicted for other crimes twice already this year. Once for fighting at Fort Knox in downtown Fargo, then running from police. Another for trespassing at a South Fargo gas station.
The U.S. Olympic swim trials are taking place in Omaha, Nebraska this week, and one Fargo swimmer hit the water in the 50-meter freestyle. Eric Anderson is in lane 6 here. He qualified for the finals after winning his heat yesterday morning with a time of 22.8 seconds. That's better than his previous best.
It was 4th best in the heat. He found another gear there and then finally finished. It's another personal best for him. He now qualifies for wave 2 of the Olympic trials. That's next week.
Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. 1 in 5 people always carry this item with them.
The answer, a pack of gum. Got to have that good smell and breath. Play along every day. The Today Show at CBS This Morning just about to start. We continue to cover the storms rolling through the region and the aftermath coming up right now on the Fargo CW.